go. Hello, viewers. It's City Michael from Screen Reviews. Review my 664 podcast. This is my 664 podcast. Like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to preach hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language. Oh, so basically, once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language. You under 18. Now, if you're over 18, then you have to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this and everything else out the way, let's get into the topic of this podcast. Recently, I just finished watching The Boys season 4. So basically, I gotta say, oh my god, the crazy shenanigans that went on in this thing. Oh god, with Huey and all. I gotta say, each of them really. Everything was like the boys really went for. Well, not only home, like the boy, our favorite gang, our favorite gang, we went to when they're trying to stop Homelander, getting his master plan and wow, but and also even Homelander and what's left of the seven went to their own personal arcs as well. So basically, when I say it's here, we really went for the ringer this season, not with his dad dying, his relationship with Starlight, about how things, about the rest of his rest of his interaction, the rest of his gang, trying to stop Homelander and whatnot, basically turning the United States into Homelander's dictatorship and whatnot. So basically, also even Homelander went to his issues and whatnot. So basically, you really feel sorry to Homelander. I know that Homelander has done some real yes, Homelander had done some real dark stuff and whatnot. But at the same time, if he would have been, you get to understand why Homelander is the way he is. So basically, like, he was made to be the perfect superhero, but honestly, he didn't have the love. Like if somebody would have shown him some kindness and love and nurture him and whatnot, maybe Homelander would have been sort of a decent person with some kind of morals and whatnot. Maybe Homelander would have been more a decent person and whatnot. And also, we also get to see A-Train had a good redemption arc in this season as well. We get to see, characters go fully, all in, basically like, like when the deep is like, what, they really trying, really go to the dark side and whatnot. I really like how deep is, no, really going, embracing his, embracing the dark side of himself. So basically, the deep had a good character development. ML, ML is just, he struggled, he wants to be a good father and a good, wants to get back with his wife and all, but, his job with Homelander, but he has to end up sacrificing it to order to stop Homelander and, to, making the world a utopia to superheroes and whatnot, to do whatever they want and whatnot. That was a good character arc and whatnot, and also Starlight struggle with herself, like, struggle with herself, like, about if she wants to be herself or she wants to be Starlight. So basically, her powers kind of got affected because she's kind of torn between that, what, like, does she wants to be, does she wants to be herself, or she toward to being her secret self and her real self. So basically, Starlight went to that. Frankie went to that. Frankie went to his own thing with that lover boy, that lover he had, who he killed his family. Back when he was with back when he was with the mob, back with the mob and whatnot. So basically, Frankie went, that guilt built up and whatnot, and basically, that built up, and Frankie wanted to feel like mm, I felt like maybe he could do some good, turn himself in for the crimes he did, whatnot, or it didn't work out the way Frankie wanted to, but Frankie was more useless and whatnot. And basically, when it comes to Butch, Butch really struggled, the term to struggle in Butch, when he had, when he got those tumors in his and ever since Butch got those tumors in his head, we see Butch struggling with himself, mentally. Like, we see him want to do the right thing, but at the same time, he's tempted to really, like, he wants to do the right thing, and honor the promise that honor the promise to make sure that Billy's okay and whatnot. But at the same time, he's struggling with his other personal demons that he wants to take out Homelander, and he doesn't care what the collateral damage, whatever it takes to take down Homelander. He's willing to do it, and we finally see that going full form. And here we really, like I said, here we really went for the Ranger in this season. With his dad, what his dad, what his dad, his mom, and with A Train, whatnot. So basically, and the rest of the characters did went to their Ringer. So basically, with Sister Sage and whatnot, everybody has their issues. Everybody's having their issues, and some did deal with the issues, and others deny not dealing with their issues. Like Homelander, Homelander is like Homelander does have issues, but at least he tried to deal with the issues that is really holding him back. They tried to deal with it. So Sister Sage is like, her powers, her powers, is like, even though she's the smartest woman in the world, but her powers is kind of, hold her back to being, hold her back a bit. Like, she does resent her powers a bit. So basically, I feel like Sister Sage did, Sister Sage is the smartest person in the world, but you gotta admit she does resent her powers. She does kind of wish that she does wish that she kind of wish that she wasn't the smartest person in the world, like to interact with people a bit more and whatnot. That's what we saw the Sister Sage. The Deep, the Deep is like the Deep went to this phase that he was like like he started out as a as a as a goofball superhero, and really to embrace that, what, accepting himself to who he is. Like, I'm a tool. So basically, like, I do it, like, he realized that, hey, I don't give a fuck, I realize that, my purpose is to serve Homelander, like, really accept his place in the order. Like, my place is to do what Homelander says, and truly embrace his dark side, and that's what we've seen throughout this season with the Deep. And also, as for A Train, we see A Train really, like, after what happened to his brother and whatnot, even though he tried to do the right thing by killing the speedster that put his brother in the wheelchair, but his brother did not wanted him to kill nobody. He wanted to justice to play out, and we see A Train, really start to question, really start to redeem himself and questioning, what, I'm not really a superhero, because honestly, I've been, I admit I'm not perfect, but I'm doing the best I can, but I could do better than this. So basically, that's the thing we got with A Train in this season as well. AJ to really, really, see A Train where, realize that, maybe, maybe I can do better. I did some messed up things. Some of them were just, some of them at the time were justified, but at the same time, I don't like the person that I'm becoming. But I can do better than this, better than this. So basically, I gotta say the boys, this season of the boys was good, but the question the, the the one thing that bothers me about this season is why didn't they just took a sample of Soldier Boy's the DNA and use it to make their own virus? So basically, we know that Soldier Boy has the ability to eradicate the compound B from combat blah blah blah. Hold on, man. So, like I said, we know that Soulja Boy has the ability to emit a burst of energy eradicate, annihilate any combat being and any people's system for any bodies. Blah, blah. Sorry. Oh, tongue top day. So basically, like I said. Here we go. So basically, we know that Soulja Boy has the ability to annihilate any compound being from anybody's body. So basically, my question is, the boys had access. The boys in the CIA had access to the Soulja Boy. So basically, Why didn't they took a sample of Soulja Boy's DNA and made and managed to replicate the powers of Soulja Boy that can get rid of any person with compound B in their bodies and therefore use that on Homelander and make him human. So basically, that's the main problem I have with this season. Is like you have the boys had access to basically they have Soldier Boy, and basically why they couldn't just take a DNA sample from Soldier Boy, replicate the powers of Soldier Boy, getting rid of Concord B in any person's system, and therefore turn it into a weapon to use on Homelander to get rid of his superpowers instead of killing him. Just to get rid of Homeland's power. So basically, they had a they did have a way to take down they did have a way to take down Homelander that could work if they would have go through with it. So basically, my thing is, so the boy has the ability to get rid of get rid of anybody with compound being in their system. So basically, why did it use some of why didn't it use some of take some of take some of subsequent DNA, replicate the effects of his power to get rid of people, get rid of compound being for anybody's system, and therefore making Homelander immortal, and basically that would have been it for Homelander. So, or use Soulja Boy, turn it into a bomb. Therefore he could like enter this big bomb, to turn Soulja Boy into a bomb that can take away people, that can permanently take away any superhero powers who use take away all superheroes' powers for good. So basically, I feel like this whole virus story arc is like hey, you have a person that is able to, you have a superhero that is able to take away superheroes' powers, and you not using that power, using that to make this virus, they could have done, so basically that's just my idea. Like hey, they have Soldier Boy. He's in storage. So why would no? let's take a DNA sample, make a virus that can take away superhero powers from permanently, or turn Surgical into a weapon, and turn Surgical into a bomb or something, to take away all the superheroes' powers while killing them. So basically, they had a non-lethal. So basically, what I'm trying to say, like with Soldier Boy, they had a non-lethal way to take down the superheroes, all the superheroes, while killing them. Just take away the powers of this normal people and whatnot. They had a option to take down, use Soldier Boy's abilities, as a weapon to take some of Soldier Boy's use weaponize pretty much weaponize Soldier Boy's powers to get rid of the superhero or the superhero's powers while killing them. So basically, that's my main problem with the series. So anyway, but otherwise, it was a good, wacky, silly, some good character, fun season. So basically, what do you guys think about season 4 of The Boys? Good, bad, or just okay? Please let me know with the comments below. Anyway, signing off for Scooby Reviews. One.